Now, tomorrow, Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan starts his official state visit to South Africa when he meets his counterpart, President Jacob Zuma, in Cape Town. The two leaders, representing Africa's largest economies, are often locked in rivalry. However, some analysts argue that tomorrow's visit represents an opportunity for Africa's big players to leverage their collective strength for the good of the continent instead of being pitted against each other. Jonathan's visit, of course, was preceded by Zuma's earlier visit to that country right after the BRICS summit, which South Africa hosted in March. Joining me now on the line from Cape Town is Adekeye Adebajo. He's the Executive Director for the Center for Conflict Resolution. Ade, thank you so much for joining us here on Beyond Markets. Can South Africa and Nigeria put away the rivalry, real or perceived, and act in the collective interests of the continent? Is that indeed possible?
Well, I think, good evening. I think it is possible. There's always been an element of both competition and cooperation in the relationship between Nigeria and South Africa. It's not an unusual situation, even with countries like Germany or France and the US and Japan or China, you would have such rivalry. The question is how to manage the rivalry in a way that both can benefit from the relationship. And I think this state visit and President Zuma's recent visit to Nigeria could be the start of trying to engage again.
Now, of course, there is economic rivalry. Nigeria is fast becoming a real competitor. In fact, a lot of South African companies, Tiger Brands, SAB Miller, to name but a few, investing in the Nigerian economy. And of course, a lot of people saying that soon Nigeria will in fact bypass South Africa. This realization, will it speed or impede the ability to act together, given the fact that it's also competitors?
Well, I think you've got to look at several things. The fact that Nigeria's economy could become larger than South Africa's in the next 5 years does not make that economy more sophisticated than South Africa's, because there's still lots of infrastructure problems, electricity, water issues, and the fact that 96% or 98% of foreign exchange earnings mean that this comparison could be like China and the US. China is also said to be about to overtake the US in the next decade as the largest economy in the world, but it's still a developing country with massive problems compared to the sophistication of the US market. So I think your other point is the more important one. How can we create a relationship of interdependence so that you bind both of them so closely together?
Indeed, Adekeye, we have to unfortunately leave it there. We're running out of time. Of course, we will stay on top of that story and bring you the latest when President Goodluck Jonathan does arrive in South Africa as expected tomorrow.